Well, let's wait and see as we will be diving into the action now. It seems like we're ready for this one. A kickoff over on Inferno. A third and final map of the day here in this best of 3 to close out Group A, Snods.
Let's see. MVP playing slow once again on their T-pistol. Hoping that someone from the side of Kings does eventually walk into their cross and give away the early kill and give away the early advantage. But so far, grouping up towards Banana, grenades go to the top of B, but don't connect any splash damage just yet.
Early contact play towards B. This could be interesting, actually. Obviously, they have that utility to aid them as well, but this boost from Hats is always very effective. Even if you smoke it, he can still peer over the top of the angles.
As you said there, boost towards CT. Liaz as well on the bottom of CT, so both the players on the B side playing towards CT, which means a likely retake scenario if there is an execution towards the B site. As you can see, the players lining up smokes towards CT and smokes towards coils. So, are we going to be seeing a retake scenario here from the side of Kings?
War push coming through, obviously. Hat's not even necessary just yet. Eventually, he will chime in, though, as him and Liaz, that dynamic duel we're always used to seeing on the side of Kings, are popping heads once again. Site control is slowly being encroached upon by MVP. They will get the bomb down. They nearly actually get caught short as well. Solo tagged down to 59 as he falls off to Jenny right now. They will push through all together, trying to take that aggressive CT control. It starts to work out for them a little bit, but then they taper off. Liaz and Wizard for the final 2 frags. They get the bomb plant, sure, but they will not get the pistol round.
Very well played around there by Kings. 2 players towards CT side from Kings, which meant Liaz through the smoke finds the first, and of course the boosted angle there for Hats as he finds the second. Suddenly in a 3 versus 5, MVP had to try to make the best of a bad situation. They went for the push towards CT. You thought for a second they managed to bring themselves back into the round, but eventually Wizard and Liaz did finish the job and close that one out. 1-0 hours. Kings get the aforementioned and the very important pistol rounds in this best of 3.
Yeah, they need to try and continue it in that dominant fashion as well. Okay, so the rebuy's coming out here from MVP as well, obviously trying to go for the force off the back of that. They did get the bomb plant down, but this is what they're going to be working with. 2 UMPs, Galil, of course, as well.
Of course. On to Zeph, going to be 2 UMPs, CZs as well, to boot. But let's see, MP9 there for Liaz. As he's expecting some force to come his way. Pushing down Banana, gets close in range, close quarters with the MP9, such a high fire rate. Able to basically melt the T opposition as he finds the first kill, and eventually will be traded out there by Solo.
Yeah, like an absolute laser beam up close. You can trip your way through the opposition and make quick work of them. He does get a few tags off there, obviously will go down, but you can see Glow left on 10 HP towards mid. This is where Imagine should be able to deal some damage as well. There's the trade back actually from Glow as he finds a headshot off of the CZ. Flashbang out towards mid to try and confuse him when it's nearby. It's him and HSK that are the last 2 remaining members. They are going for this play towards the A-bomb site. Wizard should strike here as well and remove HSK if he does go through a battle against him. Gets him very low though. 5 HP left on Wizard's nods. This is a very close for comfort round.
Glow, 10 HP now, the 1 versus 3. 40 seconds left to play for. Hats is alone towards that B side of the map, so if you can get that kill onto Hats, try and get the bomb down towards the B side. There could be a chance for some extra cash for MVP into the next round. Throws the Molotov, tries the other fake. Is it going to work though?
Glow making his way around. There's the peek through though. And it is Sicko to remove him. Pulls the trigger. Takes him down as he will strike him with a scout. That's that second round going the way of Kings. Obviously only 2 casualties, which isn't too bad. The reinvestment can come through. They did, actually they didn't get the kill out with that MP9, did they? Fell short, unfortunately, for Liaz, or else it would have been a bit of a cash.
Oh yeah, it was on the M4 from Imagine, I believe. So obviously not optimal in terms of how the money could have been distributed, but nevertheless, the round is the round. And when you're Kings, you just want every single round you can get, especially this final map in this best of 3, an intense one at that. So, going to be the eco here. 5 Glocks, the flashbang for Zeph. Probably going to flash them out apartments, try and swarm the sites and get a kill as much, or kill here and there, and try and do as much damage as possible.
Liaz once again going for this play towards C-steps there as he will get the double entry off the back of the MP9, rips his way through. If he gets any more, this would be ludicrous, as it will be very easy for him to make quick work of them, obviously. 3 frags there. Now he's paid off the gun. Made himself very happy off the back of that. Can trade up to a scout as well. So 6k in the bank for him, and this is where things get real now, Snods.
First buy round on this final best of 3, where boys turn to men essentially. Who's going to be quaking in their boots? Are we going to be seeing confident plays from the side of Kings after losing their first map, denting their confidence? Can they try and gain early ground here into this final map? Orp onto Sicko. 4 rifles. So we're not seeing the double up setup just yet. Just going to be teasing us with 1 jack. But already heavy presence towards Banana. 2 Molotovs in the smoke towards the bottom of Banana. Kings, can they get presence towards Banana, secure it, and allow for another rotation back towards the A site, leaving Leaz or leaving Hats alone towards the B side of the map, sorry, and having a 4-man rotation towards that A site and really hunker down towards A.
Slowly making their play around, as they do want to try and take that second mid control. Obviously, MVP here on this opening rifle. They need to try and display some kind of confidence, really assert their dominance early on, and set themselves up for the rest of the game.
Solo walking through the smoke, spots the players in the boosted angle there from Hats towards Banana. Bomb is left towards T stairs. There's still a minute left here to play for MVP. As they're not going to be rushing into things just yet. 5 AKs as well to play, so they can't allow HSK to roam the map with an AWP, try and find an entry across the board. Instead, they have to slow the pace down, hope for Kings to peek into their crosshairs, and eventually take control of them with the flashbangs. You can see a very different style of CS than what we saw early on, but nevertheless, Sicko's AWP still finds the first kill.
Well played from Sicko there to get the entry that he needed to try and keep them at bay. Flashbang goes around though, as they want to try and go for this initial peak. Leaz flashes it, but he's caught off guard, couldn't quite get down in time to actually strike upon them. HSK as well, rattling off pot shots. They get them into a 4 versus 3 in favor of MVP. This is a very good situation to be in for them. They fall back into their afterplants as well. This retake is going to be a struggle. No real utility to aid them. They do have 2 kits, but Sicko has the AWP in play as well. It's going to be a hard task for him to get in, kick the door down, and take control here.
Man advantage for MVP with the bomb going down. You can see Kings throwing in the towel and saving this one, and hoping for better luck into the next round as it goes into round number 5. 3-1 as MVP do claim the first buy round. But then again, Kings have saved 2 rifles and an AWP as well. And it seems like they will be getting away with it scot-free. So, should be very likely that Kings can go for the buy into the next one, as this round won't dent their economy too far.
Good stuff so far. MVP, obviously, we know how effective they can be on those rifle rounds. They need to try and keep that going on their T-half as well. But here's where the going gets tough, and once again, that buyout will come out. So King's going to go for the double AWP setup, as we expected.
Only issue is, it's very costly. You can see once these AWPs have been bought and invested into, their money is so low. MVP now take position to potentially shatter the CT economy and get themselves into this game. Maybe even tie up the scoreline 3-3 if they can claim this one. And we go into round number 5. 1 minute on the clock still, as no early aggression shown from both teams. Hats alone towards the B side of the map this time, as they're going to be leaving him solo with the AWP. And this really does allow for the full CT side defense that we're expecting from Kings. Double up setup. Now Hats has confidence to play the B side alone. He didn't when he had the rifle. Let's see if he can find the first kill. He does just that again. 4 versus 5. Once more in favor of the Australian side.
Well done there, as he will get that first frag. Trying to go for the second, but can't quite connect the shot, as he will fall back. HSK still trying to hold towards banana control. Meanwhile, Perry and co, they're making work. They want to try and burst out through quad, see if they can slip into the site and run amok, as they will try and push their way through. Molotov soaring through the sky, setting the entire place ablaze, but it turns out it has been a bit of an elaborate ruse. It's all a bit of a fake, as truly the B-bomb site will be where the actual attack is going down towards.
4 versus 5 here, make it a 4 versus 3 as Hats does get himself a second for the round. Smoke's come out, but unfortunately the damage has already been dealt.
Exactly, as they are pushing their way through. The Molotov's in position as well. Leaz trying to wait for the timing to go for the spam. Not quite sure when he needs to, as they are in close proximity. 5 versus 3 here to deny this. Seems like they can try and get that bomb planted soon. Nice Molotov goes through to actually try and deny it. Only 5 HP on Zeph as well, so he's lucky he didn't actually get burnt to a crisp immediately there. Barely holding on. They don't have any HGs. It spreads and takes him down. Oh no!
Oh no, indeed! As eventually the kills come thick and fast in favor of Kings. And as I said, the Perry finds 2, has no time for the bomb, and eventually will be taken down there by Sicko's AWP. And there you have it. 4 kills in the round from the AWPs from Kings as they go 4-1 in the reset MVP. And the money is so low for now for the Koreans, but actually not low enough to warrant a save, as I believe they will be buying up into this one. They can buy 3 AKs, but again, that's the final buy they're going to have before they will be down to just an eco.
It's a shame as well. If he actually would have waited a few seconds there, would have killed him after time, but obviously in the heat of the moment, didn't want to worry about losing that orb, had to take him down, so you can understand why he took the shot when he did. MVP, though, left basically trying to work out what they want to go for here. Just a very, very light investment. Literally 2 CZs and 2 P250s being bought up. HSK going to stick to the Glock because he wants to try and get that orb out, skimp on as much cash as possible.
Will be upgraded pistols. Kevlar just onto Perry. As you can see, Kings playing rather tentative right now. As they know that MVP are going to be on the pistols. They want to give away the early kill to the pistols. You know, drop an M4 or a rifle into the hands of Perry with Kevlar. Suddenly a chance for the MVP side into the round, but instead they're going to play nice and passive. Don't give any chance here for the Koreans.
Trying to push their way through as they will burst straight out. Zeph going to get one there with a CZ. Imagine he'll trade it back. Imagine with a second Wizard as well. Finds a headshot. Another one for Wizard. It's a triple and a double into the round. Very well played there as they'll just deal with them from distance as they do find those kills. Thick and fast. So MVP, only 1 round to their name still as they debate what they want to do now.
5-1. As MVP will be going for the buy here into round number 7. So far, so good there from Kings. Can they keep forward the momentum, the pace they've set? Or MVP are going to get back into this one and make this one competitive. Let's see. 2 AWPs again for the side of Kings. UMP onto Leaz. As you can see, the money still hasn't really been too affluent for the Australian side. And the same can be said for MVP, though. UMP for solo and 4 AKs as well to finish off the rest of the buy. HSK still lacking that AWP that he really desires to have the full impact that he can have into this matchup.
Going for the early spams right now, hoping someone's going to go for an aggressive face on a contact angle where they can actually overpower him early and try and do a little bit of work, as they will just be holding for the meantime. That's going to just go for a little bit of information play there as he will be slowly tiptoeing down towards Banana. Still holding currently, though, as he is just jiggle peeking and facing it now and then.
1 minute left on the clock here. And still, these teams fill out the rest of the round and fill out the opposition as well. Hats gets that first entry again onto solo. These AWPs are paying their dividends and more. Finding 3 first kills, 3 rounds in a row. 40 seconds left here. What can the Koreans do as they're forced to go into this A side? But that's exactly what Kings wants. It's a trap, essentially. 4 players here rotated in. Can Kings hold the line and get 6 rounds on the board?
Always with the opening headshot as well, sliding down towards that hitbox as he gets the early frag, takes down Zeph. What more can they achieve? Wizard trying to keep it going as he just rips away, finds these frags so easily. Imagine just toying with the opposition there before Sicko can strike and eliminate him. Another flawless round for Kings as they keep this up. They're looking very effective now.
They are indeed. A pause is going to come out from MVP, and a well-timed one at that. Obviously, you don't want to allow Kings to get too far on the advantage, too far on the lead before you call your first pause. Obviously, we've seen first pause is called at 9-1s or 10-1s, and at that point it is too far, too gone. You want to try and slow down the pace, try and break the momentum that Kings have managed to conjure together. And for MVP, their money is low after losing that buy round again. $2,000, $3,000 across the board for the side of MVP, which means they're probably just going to go for a half buy again. Jack CZs, Kevlar, maybe Deagles across the board, but once again you are favouring the odds for the Aussies. This could easily be a 7-1 score, and the thing is, for Kings, I don't think they're going to let a good advantage, a strong lead slip away.
No, especially not right now as well. They're going to get so many rounds off the back of the CT half if they continue playing the fashion that they are doing so. Obviously, we've already seen them take that win. You've got to imagine if that mental factor is getting to MVP right now, if they're constantly debating the fact of how this game's going to go. They do push down early. Solo gets overpowered, but only just. He actually nearly did find that fragment towards Leaz, so he immediately has to fall back and just try and stay alive to not give them a level playing field now.
Leaz this time gets the first kill, but then again it is versus the unarmored opposition. That is MVP. It's only going to be some greater pistols here. 2 P250s, 2 CZs, no armor to boot, which means the aim punch will be a distinctive factor here into this round. Sicko just holding the line here towards Minoas, of course. MVP are lacking a flashbang to try and burst that smoke. They will be bursting it nevertheless, as they do tag up Sicko rather low.
The War Nade's being transferred back as he gets off the AWP shot, but there's the trade from HSK with a CZ as he'll unload the clip towards his enemies. Wizard as well. Gonna fire back, gets them into a 2 versus 4. They still outnumber them greatly. Another frag goes his way as well. Wizard dealing damage across the board. Leslie has with a cheeky little finisher as he lands that headshot. Goes in to try and debate if he actually wants to go for that double AWP. But it seems like they will be sticking with 4 rifles and an AWP right now. Oh, no, they actually do buy another AWP.
Yeah, they want to have 2 AWPs right now.
They could have just saved the one that was there.
Yeah, I imagine the question was, do we have an AWP, do we have enough AWPs? They went, yes, 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 or something like that. Some miscommunication there in the camp of Kings. Or maybe they're not used to saving 2 AWPs, who knows, Jack. Nevertheless, there's going to be round number 9, and it's going to be the final of the AWP for HSK. Can he really strive to give his team an edge into this one as he's holding for the angle towards middle, but I don't think anyone's going to be facing him just yet. Double play towards quad from Kings, which means they could go for the boost towards middle. And if so, is they going to catch HSK off guard?
Zeph here. He's working his way towards mid, obviously firing a few warning shots early on as he hopes to try and see what he actually can achieve.
1 minute 15 left on the clock. Now a double play towards Arch from Kings. If MVP do smoke off Arch, there can be a boost from the side of Kings. They can boost up, try to get the first kill, fall back and play a retake towards their A site with the man advantage. Hat's hoping for a flashbang, playing counter flash behind the wall. Flash comes out, he will go for the reface. Actually loses the duel there to HSK. So now we're seeing the man advantage in favour of MVP. This is a first.
It's a good spot to be in now for MVP. Obviously, if they keep chipping away, finding the cracks, they can make this work. HSK actually going to be switching out the AWP to solo, grabs himself a Kalashnikov as they set themselves up. The smoke's in position to completely cordon off that B-bomb site, divide it into 2 and then burst their way through. Molotov comes in, but it's extinguished, actually stays ablaze. And Imagine gets a double kill as well as he glides down so gracefully. They counter molly it, but he pushes straight through to try and go for a bold play. The bomb has to rotate back around, but look, A site is completely open. They've found the welcome mat and they've moved in.
Wizard towards Arch, has to go huge here. The bomb is down, 10 seconds left. Can it be planted? With 6 seconds left, the bomb will go down. 3 versus 2, man advantage here for the side of Kings. Kits, Molotovs, but no smokes.
Well, let's see what they can do with the utility and the firepower they have in hand, though. As Kings making their way round. Zeph going to be in the elevated angle, trying to take the fight a little bit more boldly here. Whereas Perry, playing for the late round, just staying tucked in pit to try and provide support as this push comes through. It's going to be a double face on quad. They need to try and peek together and support themselves, really. Imagine will find the opening frag. Zeph needs to return fire. Gets 1, gets 2. Ready for the hat-trick if he takes him down. This will be a huge round. Finds Imagine's head and rips it clean off. Another round for MVP there off the back of Zeph.
An incredible 1 versus 3 there from Zeph as he grants them the second round for themselves. Only having 1 player alive, though. Once, and this is the thing. This is really the highlight point that we've seen so far in this game, Jack. MVP's money. They win a round, get reset. They get close to winning the round. They have 1 player alive, 2 player alive. They get reset. They're forced onto these half buys, these quasi buys. For MVP now, if they want any chance in this first half, Jack, they have to secure round number 10 and round number 11. They have to really chain 2 or 3 rounds together, build up some money. Otherwise, you know, this is going to go 8-2, force a weak buy for MVP. 9-2, force an eco. This could easily be a 10-2 scoreline, Jack, if Kings can claim round number 10. They are back to the double off setup, which is paying off in leaps and bounds. Solo going to be on the UMP. AWP for HSK once again. He found the first kill in the last round. We're not going to be seeing Hats go for the audacious peak once again. Instead, there's going to be 3 players towards the B side from Kings. They're anticipating a B play from MVP.
Preparing themselves for the inevitable, as they have seen quite a few hits towards that B-bomb site. That seems to be the go-to right now in terms of what strategy MVP have been running. It's where they've been finding the majority of success, and it will be the case as they regroup back round. Obviously, this setup can be very effective if they play their cards right. Hats with a straight face, but he misses the initial shot. They've still only seen at most 2 people, though, so they feel confident to try and take the push. Solo with the entry as he rips his way straight through with that UMP, though. Imagine trades it back when it's just 1, leaving Leaz in such a horrible situation. He needs to try and rattle down with the M4. We'll get 1 kill. Perry's in a close range position. He takes second Orange's control, though, peeking out and just rattling off those pot shots from either side. You can see the panic in his eyes. He's not quite sure where he's being pushed from, but he makes it work. And Sicko comes in as well. He's able to save his teammate, leaving it all in the hands of Solo as he slips his way through, just going to hide and wait for the play, wait for the smoke to dissipate and force the face to come towards him. He does peek round. Flashbang comes over. He's a little bit overwhelmed, and Wizard will take him down. They got sight control, but they couldn't do anything with it.
8-2, 6-round advantage now for Kings on their CT side. A nice, well-timed second pause for MVP. And it's definitely going to be merited after losing and being reset once again. You can see 1.4k across the board here for the side of MVP. The Koreans are lacking money and also lacking opportunity as their odds do dwindle and slowly whittle away as these rounds continuously go in favor of Kings on their CT side. Exactly the same. When we saw the first match today, Jack, it was an 8-3 scoreline at one point in that game. And it seems like we're coming back to the same salient point of 8-2.
Yeah, the same old story. Kings, though, obviously looking very good so far. There's only been a few rounds here and there where they've actually been overwhelmed, and MVP looking like they can't quite get it as consistent as they need to have it on that T side.
It's going to be the eco, though, coming for MVP. Essentially just forfeiting this round. The only issue here is when you go for a full clean eco, it really does give room for Kings to have 4 or 5 stay alive and definitely build the money which they need to do, trying to back up a double op setup, which is so costly.
Get themselves ready to burst through this mid smoke here as the wall will caught them off for a second. Leave them stuck in an awkward location. Feels like they just want to go for a burst play, hope for the best if they can get the bomb down. And they'd love that. Sicko just going to snipe them out of the sky as they push through. Easy double kill for him and Imagine to find those frags, as you'd expect, and they will be able to overpower on the eco. Nothing too shocking there.
9-2 now, as we're going to be going into the final stages now of this first half. Round number 12, a 7-round advantage for the Australian side. We saw them lose track of their former self on Mirage and lose out in convincing fashion when MVP did have that 14-6 scoreline advantage, but this time Kings, they win that first half pistol, and from there they've really been claiming round and round again, breaking the money from MVP time and time again. Once more though, 2 AWPs for the side of the Australians as they've really been hammering that one home, finding constant advantages off the back of that. Flashes coming through middle. Sick with a very nice Molotov towards Arch to delay any push from the side of MVP, as it will be 2 UMPs a Glil for Glow and 2 AKs as well to finish off the rest of the buy. So they are lacking in terms of firepower and utility. No more smokes to play for the side of MVP, as all they have left is 2 flashbangs, so they can't warden off or shroud in these choke points. They have to peek these angles one by one.
Push going to be coming around now as they do set themselves up. Getting ever so ready to go for this burst now as they slowly take that control towards Arch side. Let's see if they actually got to play. It's also a quad as well. This peek from Perry could be pretty naughty. Glow gets the early entry with the Galil of all weapons as well as he sprays and prays. There's the tag on towards one man who is going to fall. That's Psycho going down. Sicko even. Wizard also going to receive a headshot there. Imagine will trade backfire with the M4. Asking them if they want more. As Hats is forced to save now. So it's going to be a 3rd round for MVP. At least they find something else, a tad of success to give them an extra bit of a buffer towards the end of this first half.
At least they will get to 3 as a bare minimum. Kings now, will they be repeating history for this map? MVP win a round, Kings instantly reset them back. So far, Kings have reset the money for MVP twice. Can they do it for a 3rd time? And if so, will that be the final nail in the coffin for the Koreans? As the bomb will eventually tick away and expire. As the scoreline does slowly but surely dictate 9-3 as we go into round number 13. Can MVP have a solid first half here, close about under 9-6, and try and have a solid defense on their CT side into the second half? Or are the Australians going to close this one out in convincing fashion, 11-4, 10-5, or even, God forbid, if you're a Korean fan here, on home soil, 12-3?
It's true. Because obviously right now it's looking very effective for them. They're showing no signs of really slowing down. It's only small individual breaks in their momentum where they have actually had to switch things up, where it hasn't really gone their way. So it's going to be interesting to see, Snods, as how that will develop throughout this half.
MVP finding success here towards the A side. Going to be stacking up 4 players towards second middle, leaving HSK towards T stairs, hoping that someone peeks towards Banana or someone peeks towards middle and walks into his crosshair. Nevertheless, though, 2 AWPs again for the side of Kings, and once more they're going for the setup where they play 4 towards A. They're leaving Hats alone towards Banana as he's very comfortable in soloing that B side. Especially in the first game today as well, he played so well towards Banana. Had constantly information, constantly getting the first kill as well, and basically setting up the round for King, allowing for a form of rotation towards the A side and getting early information.
Trying to take this quad control now as they want to peek together. Use the timing correctly. Oh, Sicko forced to fall back, and he will be eliminated as well as they spam into his back as he was retreating from the battlefield. Liaz going to start to restructure this as well. Once again, it's the classic play. The fake towards A with the debut of them trying to go for a commit, and then the instant rotate to B with a late smoke take.
Man down for Kings, all down to Hats alone. Good time, Molotov, but are the Koreans going to push through? They are. There's a walk into the crosshair. Oh my goodness, out of nowhere, 3-4 kills. Suddenly, there's a flurry of kills in favor of the Australian side. They're going to be leaving Zeph alone in 1 versus 3, and it's going to be a hat-trick of times where Kings reset and shatter the money for MVP. It's looking likely that Kings are poised to get to double digits.
They can just straight peek it as well and try and go for the fights. They get the trade, no bomb plant. They don't even get the additional cash.
He's so surprised.
He did look quite surprised.
He did, didn't he? A bit spooked there.
What a round!
Oh my goodness! There you have it. Double digits for Kings. 10-3, 7 round advantage. Look at the money again. They have 2 players, well, even 1 player that can buy. You may as well at this point, if you're MVP, save this round or go for a half buy. Allow 11-3, try and play for 11-4 scoreline, but actually instead they're going to be forced in this round once more as they're trying to play for a 10-5 half. They see no chances in a 12-3 and 11-4 half for themselves as they do put all their eggs in one basket.
Bruce coming through now as they will try and take once again another hit towards the A site in the early round. Look at this buy as well. 2 rifles, one of them being the Galil, the other being the AK, a CZ, and 2 Mach 10s in commission. A Biggie Smalls round as they sprint their way through, trying to go for the drive-by. They will get the first frag. There's the trade back, though, as Sicko lands a shot with the AWP. What's this CZ going to do in close range proximity as well? As no one seems to have realized the location of Wizard. He's hiding, waiting to strike at the right moment. They do overwhelm when they finally work out what he was up to and what shenanigans he had planned into this round. They are doing a great job of actually securing side control as well. It's a 2 versus 4 now, Snods. They outnumber the CTs 2-1.
Hats finds 1, but now they know exactly where the location is for both these players. 2 versus 2 suddenly as each player peeks out one by one, giving away the advantage they once had.
Well, this isn't a great situation to be in now for the Ts. It's getting worse for the CTs now as well, though. As you can see, Hat's going to flashbang over, just go for the peak, try and use that momentary blindness to find the early frags. Tries to get the entry with it first, but he doesn't have eyes in his back, and he can't shoot HSK because he's already shooting one way. So it doesn't work, and he dies. He's dead.
Now, of course.
Yep. So you have it. Another round going to be going the way of MVP. 4-10 is going to be the scoreline, shaping up for what is going to be the final round. Look at this buy coming out as well. Kings, a bit of a weak one.
10-4 as we go to the final round here of the first half of the final map of the day. A very risky, high risk but high reward. Definitely paying off for MVP as they used all the money they had left in their bank balance to force up into round number 14 as they secured that one, making it 10-4. And now if they can secure the last round as well, which they probably should do when you look at the buy from Kings, they're definitely in favor here to potentially make this a 10-5 scoreline and have chance and have presence in this game to maybe bring this one back.
Ooh, there's a dink coming through as well, so Wizard knocked down to actually 25 HP. Ooh, 8 HP now as well. how low can you go? It's like Limbo, but with health.
Yeah. Definitely something you don't really be taking chances with, Jack.
No. Probably wouldn't be a very fun game, would it?
No, it'd probably be quite fun.
HSK gets the entry though, Snods, as he will find that initial frag, takes down Sicko. There's a resmoke towards mid to try and slow them down, as they are determined to get themselves the 5th round.
The 5th round.
Yeah, the 5th round. On the board. Fumph.
Bringing back the old ESO UK memes. 5th rounds is what MVP are after. And there's going to be 45 seconds left of the group up towards middle. A lack of firepower now for the defense for Kings. They're a man down, Wizards low as well. And all they've got to really hold off the aggression is 2 UMPs and 2 CZs. Is it enough, though, to stop MVP to get into 5th rounds?
Oh, hats. I was expecting something filthy to come out from him, but instead it's been rather tepid, rather calm. He's been taken down. They're left into a 3 versus 5 now. His site control has been completely overwhelmed. MVP have taken it as their own territory now. They've secured it. There's a frag coming through as well, as Woodard wanted to try and cross out of there, and he gets taken down. Liaz completely unaware of the location of Perry will also fall. Nice shot from Imagine as he lands that headshot, though. Can switch out to another UMP from his UMP. As he tried to continue his reign of terror, but it wasn't going to work out like that. He does go down. It's going to be a 5-10 half, with Kings being in the lead.
They are indeed, Jack. And as well, with the advantage, it would be rather unfortunate if they let this one slip. 10-5, they are doubling the scoreline from MVP, but then again, MVP are going to be swapping over to their CT side. Typically the favoured half as well on your CT defense. But this second pistol on Train, Kings won both pistols and they secured that first map. MVP, they won both pistols, and of course, naturally, they secured map number 2. Are we going to be seeing the trend continue here, Jack, if Kings win the second pistol here? Are they going to go forward and take this third map in this best of 3 and make it out of the groups?
Who knows, Snots? It's a hard situation to be in. Obviously, if Kings do come in strong, get that opening pistol, 13 rounds on the board already. As long as they go through in a clean sweep, there's definitely potential for them to try and close it out.
Round number 16, the second pistol on the second half. Imagine going to be buying the smoke flashbang HE grenade. Probably going to be lobbing that one towards top banana. He has a really good spawn here as well to get an early grenade towards top banana. Get that first initial damage on the board and try and swarm and flood that site. Let's see if it does pay off though.
Doesn't want to push their way back round, instantly go for this B burst towards banana. Seems to be the order of the day. But oh, look at this. It's CSX misses, Snods. They're going for the mid push.
5 players was banana. Look at this. Trail of Koreans come behind and catch Kings off guard already.
Oh, there's the response though, as they are trying to trade back. They're playing quite aggressive as they push in instantly. It's all going the way of MVP right now though, but the trades do start to come back through for Kings. They get themselves into a 2 versus 3. Glow strikes with HSK support though, and they take them down. It's all up to Hats in a 1 versus 2. He's trapped between a rock and a hard place, but he's getting the rock pretty close to smashing, and he goes back to have a bit of the hard place. Let's see if he can find the frag there, as he'll tap down on the Glock, switches out to a different one, as he wants to push straight through, finds the headshot.
1 HP.
Solo on 1 HP. He's got the Glock in his hands, 2 frags already to his name. Complete rotate over towards A. Solo has only just worked out what has occurred.
If there's a man for the job though, for MVP, you want it to be Solo. The most experienced player Asia has to offer. As the bomb is planted towards that A site. Is there a kit that he can retrieve? And if so, will he have time to play with as the bomb ticks away concurrently?
Oh, that could have been awkward there as well. I thought Haas was actually going to make his way back down through mid. Luckily playing
He's going to hear it. He's going to hear this.
Yeah, he's already given himself away with the audio cue. He can just try and peek play with the timing. It's only going to take 1 shot. Will eventually connect it in the end and take him down. Oh, nice. Little handhold there. That was quite nice.
Hold my hand, please. I'm nervous.
Good round. Good round.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good. Good.
Obviously, whatever slang they would say in Australian. Great, mate. Great player there, mate.
1 diggity.
I'll make it a 1 versus 3 diggity.
Oh, look at this buy as well. 3 Mat 10s coming out to AK, so they can slay as well. Going to be interesting to see how much cash they can rack up with this buy, as they should be able to run straight through them. All out aggression, leave the bomb behind.
Oh, they left the bomb behind, yeah. Leave no bomb behind, as they say. Smoke comes out towards corners, going to be marching up towards Arch. as they'll be flooding their way through towards the... Oh, actually, maybe not the A side, as they're going to be going towards the CT position.
Ooh, headshot comes through from Solo, though, as he's able to dispatch one with this. He's a taser kill as well! Don't know how this round's got so electrifying so quickly. What a shocker that was.
Ooh, and another kill as well. 5 actually, versus 2. Hats and Sicko in a big deficit in terms of manpower. Nice shot there from Glock. Ooh!
Okay. Okay. I mean, fair enough then, actually. You can have that.
And would you look at that?
That is ridiculous, to be honest. The fact they've won that round in that fashion as well. Taser kill, the rest of them just being unreal CZ shots. Absolutely MVP'd, to be honest with you.
11-6. As it will be a 5-round lead, nevertheless, for Kings. They're going to be fully forced into this one. No player is going to be saving for an AWP. Which means if they lose this one, Jack, will they be building themselves or digging themselves into a bigger hole? Anyway, they're round number 18. It's going to be 11-6. Upgraded pistols across the board for Kings. 5 sets of Kevlar. Smoke flashbang for Liaz. Good smoke off towards Arch. Flash up towards middle and try and flood their way and march up quad and get into the A side and try and cause havoc.
Obviously, MVP, they basically just took all the weapons that were invested by Kings in the prior rounds. They just have a very nice setup for this one.
They do indeed. So the issue is for Kings, or for MVP, sorry, is you win that round, congratulations, but all the retrieving of the dead bodies from Kings is Mac 10s. Look at that CT buy, 3 Mac 10s and 2 AKs to try and wield into this one. There is a minute left on the clock. Bomb going to be retrieved now finally by Hats. As it is 4 players towards the middle here, as eventually Liaz does go down. Here's the play of the smoke and flashbang, as they are lacking the utility now.
Yep. This is going to hinder them a little bit. They are going to be able to recover only the smoke from his corpse as they now reposition, try and go for their push towards the A-bomb site. A little bit scared of the fire, though. They don't want to try and push their way through the fire and flames just yet. Mustn't be a fan of Dragon Force as they do back off. Oh, headshot comes through as well.
Yep. 30 seconds left now as Glow will turn this one into a 5 versus 3. Wizard up quad, trying to see if he can dent that CT economy as much as possible. Then again, oh my goodness, Solo jumping through the smoke. Shows no care to the world as this is going to be leaving Wizard alone now in the 1 versus 5. And eventually, seems like MVP will get to 7 rounds on the board, forcing Anika from Kings as well.
Wizard there, a little bit overwhelmed. Looked to the skies for help. But it didn't really go that way. He is going to go down. Obviously, that's another round being conceded there. MVP actually going to be able to get themselves to a minimum of 8 rounds off the back of this as well because they can just steamroll through. Kings, obviously, with the force they went for, were trying to risk it. Thought maybe they could get back into the action somehow. So concede this one. This is going to be huge as well for the fact they still have all 3 Mac 10s in play. This is just a massive economy builder.
Dream scenario, you could say, for the side of MVP is they're going to be, of course, carrying for these SMGs versus the Ecos. If they stack up as much cash as they potentially could, they may even just disregard those SMGs and buy M4s into the next buy round. Then again, the HEs do some great splash damage, denting the health bars from Kings.
Forced to fall back immediately, though, as they do actually go all the way back round now through second mid, just leaving 1 player to lurk behind. Imagine actually going to go straight up through mid as well as they group outside of apartments.
They do indeed. Round number 19, and with Kings having no Kevlar and no upgraded pistols at all across the board, just 5 Glocks. It's pretty much 99% guaranteed MVP will get you 8 rounds, and at that point, Jack, it's only going to be a 3-round difference separating these 2 teams, and MVP really coming back into this game strong.
Yeah, as they set themselves up to try and go for this play towards the B-bomb site. Try and make their presence known. We'll see Wizard over by A as well. He dropped the bomb there to try and bait them into hearing it. And now going to rotate back round, link up with his team for this B play.
Smoke comes out with 35 seconds left. Basically meaning Kings have to try push through and brute force their way through with a distinct lack of firepower. Mac tends to greet them.
Yeah, this is going to be awful. It's just an absolute bloodbath and a huge economy builder. There's no way you can do anything against this, really. They actually do get the entries in the end as they're going to double tap them down, but it's just Wizard left. If he gets the bomb plant, then fantastic. But that is the best case scenario. Does get it down, and there's the trade back from HSK. But at least they were able to get the bomb planted.
Bomb now going to be defused by MVP. And there you have it. These Mac 10s able to stack up 4 kills. That's pretty much what? $2,400 into the bank balance for those two players that split. And you can see as well Perry disregarding that Mac 10 back into CT spawn. So it will be a 4-rifle setup in the AWP for HSK. And now the buy round for Kings. Liaz here has 5.4k, so currently weighing up the options to go for the AWP. Kevlar and drop it over to Sicko. But eventually we'll go for the 5-rifle setup. 5 AKs here for Kings, 4 rifles for MVP and an AWP onto HSK. 3 players early on from the CT side towards Bananas are going to be trying to get early control towards Banana. And do the same as Kings did. Send 4 players back towards the A site, leave the AWP alone towards B, and have a heavy presence towards the A site.
Flashbangs coming out across the place right now as they want to try and swarm their way through. The Molotovs are going to be going down everywhere as flashbangs light up the sky. Let's see what Perry can actually achieve here as these rifles are going to be duking it out against each other. He's trying to get the angle, but he's a little bit overwhelmed as the push comes in. He'll lose his face as well as Wizard doubles it up with 2 huge frags. HSK can strike back with the AWP, but is it going to be enough, leaving them in a 4 versus 2 like this?
Molotovs and smokes though for HSK and Solo. They have the utility, but do they have the manpower? Solo going to make this one close up. The problem is, it's too close for comfort. Down to 19 HP. HSK's low as well with the AWP. And they will be throwing in the towel and saving this one. It's going to go 12-8. And now, a 4-round advantage for Kings as they pick up the first buy round after losing that eco round after picking up the pistol.
Good situation to be in though for Kings at this point. Obviously, get yourself to 12 rounds. Try and continue that. Obviously, they can get the rebuy out on Liaz and Wizard as well. And just try and continue and keep your heads held high. That's what they have to do. MVP, obviously, they had a few hit moments there off the back of breaking the economy of Kings. They couldn't get the reinvestment out. But in this 1-to-1 level right now, it's just seeming like Kings are getting the upper hand on those site entries.
So, you can see the sigh of relief there from the side of Kings as they know that if they keep playing their game, they should be able to close this one out in convincing fashion. 12-8 now, as they do have a fairly substantial lead to work with. MVP going to be going for their 3rd pause in this one. They still have good money in the bank. 7,000 for Perry, 9,000 for Glow. So they obviously have no issues going for the buy here. The issue is, what are they going to do with their buy? Are they going to be continuously going for 3 players towards top banana early on, have 4 players stacked towards the A side? The issue was, even having 4 players towards a Wizard and Co. were too hard to handle as they still managed to demolish whatever CT defense MVP managed to put up towards the A side.
Obviously that pause is going to be underway now as we get back into the action as the buys have come through. Kings trying to see if they can get themselves that 13th round, try and cripple the economy of MVP, keep their heads held high and swagger their way through to the finish line.
Round number 21, 5 AKs for Kings. Still the AWP not going to be in play for Sicko, but then again, when you look at the high octane, the fast tempo style of CS that Kings are bringing to this matchup, the AWP wouldn't really have too much of an impact anyway. Seems like it's going to be an apps burst for the side of MVP. They've managed to find a weakness, or they've spotted something to try and telegraph this play. Sicko can smoke out towards Minipit as well, which will block off vision for one of the players, the Arch play typically. But here it comes. Flash play comes in, but actually, Hats goes in far too early, gives away the early advantage now. Glow finds the first. It's going to be a 5 versus 4.
That's a bit weird.
It's indeed.
I don't know why he did peek before the flash, maybe trying to potentially catch him off guard, expecting them to be faced a different angle, but I don't know. That's very, very odd. But obviously now into this scenario, a man down, they don't really have the firepower necessary for the burst. They're going to have to try and restructure themselves, try and go for a bit of a late play into the round as everyone on MVP is aware of what is occurring. You can see that fast rotates come through as well. Obviously, Solo close by holding Speedway. He's normally very effective at holding this angle, and he is going to be so, living up to the hype as he finds that entry, takes down Wizard, ready for more as well. Imagine just trying to tag him down, but he's just hiding in position, and he can't quite connect those shots.
Sicko now towards quad with the bomb. 3 versus 5. As I said, that eventually players go down 1 by 1. 12-9. We could be seeing a pause as well for Kings here eventually, as they are starting to let this momentum slip.
They're majorly struggling. In rounds where they have to try and support each other now, it just seems like a total communication breakdown. I mean, even so, you know, we saw that push that came out there from Hats. just seems like the structure they want to go for is slipping away from them. You don't know if that's fatigue. Obviously, a lot of games they've been played today.
Yes, it's definitely been a long day.
Yeah, I think it's it's been a long day for everyone. Obviously, the fatigue does hit you. You get to the point where you kind of hit that wall. Is this Kings being unable to deal with this?
Then again, MVP have played more games, if you remember. They were the ones that the loser matchup, they played an extra best of 3 before this one. Kings, they played the best of 1 versus MVP, and now they're playing their second matchup here. It will be the Eco coming out from the Australian side, though. It's going to be some upgraded pistols there. Deagle into Sicko. Some PT50s as well to boot. But apart from that, MVP going to be joining Kings here at double digits into this game as things get ever so closer.
Too close for comfort, potentially. As we see this play coming out over towards that B-bomb site, they get themselves ready to try and slip their way through now as they slowly make their approach round. Obviously, Zeph just holding the angle. He has the AK, and he is ready to slay if they burst through and they don't instantly dispatch him.
Boost coming in over the smoke. Sicko with a nice one dig there, finds the first. But Zeph there with the elevated angle finds one. Tries to go for the triple spray down, but eventually will be taken down. Bomb being planted for Kings. That could be crucial as well for their money. As HSK finds one. Going to be putting it down to just Liaz now in the 1 versus 3.
Oh. There is potential here. Well, actually, how he plays this one out as he gets the opening frag ready for more as well as he gets the tags out. They are quite low. The flashbang going to go through and trying to allow it to peek, but he peeks too early. Perry as well was ready for it and does find the kill. So that is going to be a 10th round now for MVP. 10-12 is going to be the scoreline. 2 rounds away from them to tying it up here on Inferno.
Bomb being planted here for Kings. And as I mentioned before, Jack, the timeout should be called around this time, and it will be. I believe as well that is it is the first tactical timeout from Kings, and that really shows that they haven't really been tested so far. They had a 9-3 scoreline, they're 10-5 first half scoreline. They win the second half pistol, and at that point you thought that was the final in the coffin. MVP with a massive CZ win, making it, or basically granting that comeback to come to fruition, as it will be 12-10, and we go into round number 23. Pause for Kings, but they've only got 30 seconds to try and work out what they want to do. Try and concise and compact what they're trying to, their game plan for this round.
These buys coming through now. Double up setup in commission for MVP. Meanwhile for Kings, it's 5 rifles. Skimming a little bit on utility as well. Imagine obviously didn't have the best cash. Everyone's a little bit broken into this. Let's see what they can actually achieve. Heavy HE coming in as well. Ooh, Sicko nearly taken out.
He is indeed. Down to just 47 points of health. And this time it's going to be the slow defense from Kings. What worked for them earlier on was that very fast play towards Quad, but instead they're just similar to Train. Miss and matching the tempo and the game style they want to be delivering to MVP. They want to keep MVP on their tiptoes guessing as to if they're going to go for rushes, if they're going to go for counter plays, if they're going to go for executions, and try and catch MVP off guard with these plays.
As they are getting themselves ready. Making their push slightly through over towards that B-bomb site. There's the face coming out from so there as he will fire down. Can't quite connect towards anyone just yet as they now scatter away as well because the fake that is being sold towards A. Look at this mass rotate. They've just left everything relying on Zeph.
Risky business here. As it will be 4 players towards the A site, but this time Wizard finds the first. Towards A, he finds a second as well, but unfortunately for them, the B defense is stricken and taken down. It's going to be 2 versus 4 now. MVP. It's looking likely they're going to lose round number 23.
Exactly. HSK and Solo on the double AWP retake. It's not going to be easy. Luckily, they do punish Wizard, who was coming in from the rear, so they're aware of that lurk that was in effect. Solo going to charge him first. He needs to clear this angle, though. Flashbang comes over. Smart team play. Lands the no-scope there as well, as he'll take down Sicko. They're going straight on towards the bomb site. They're trying to win this right now. They want it so badly, but luckily, Hats is able to find their headshot and slow them down for the meantime. And you can see HSK, not worth the risk. Save your AWP and live to fight another day.
Exactly that. Kevlar, AWP, utility, and the kill as well. You're looking at $6,000, $7,000 worth of investment. There's no real reason to throw that away. As MVP are going to be calling for their final timeout. Their 4th one of that. 13 to 10. Kings 3 away from closing this one out on the final third map here. And for MVP, they still need 6 more if they want a chance of making it out of Group A.
13 to 10 is the scoreline. MVP, smart stuff. Make the most of those pauses. You've got them for a reason, but make sure you use them when you can, as they are getting close to the edge right now, and they are struggling to keep themselves holding on. They are starting to let it slip, Snods.
They are indeed. Pause has expired. It's going to be round number 24 as we go underway. 5 AKs once again for Kings Gaming is on their T side. They're trying to stick to this contact style of play, and to be honest, it has been successful. The only issue is what happens in these slow rounds where MVP could bring a double op setup. And if they do, how will Kings counter that with having a lack of an op? At that point, you really are forced to have great flashes and great utility usage. Strangely enough, actually, Sick are going to be smoking off the top of Banana, trying to deny any information that MVP could gather. And actually, it's rather smart. It's going to be keeping 2 players towards top Banana for the side of MVP, but actually they're going to be pushing straight through the smokes and maybe even coming in from the flank here, catching Sicko off guard.
As right now, this push coming through, as they are going to slowly make their way over towards balcony and go for this burst out and see if they can take side control here. Set themselves up as they're trying to slip through. The smoke is going to block them ever so slightly. They do actually get out. A little bit of damage being transferred, but all the frags are on the way of MVP. It's a 4K so far. It's all up to Sicko. He's left in a 1 versus 4. He's late to the scene of the crime as well. And you imagine he's going to be put down. He will fall. HSK strikes him with the AWP. And that is another round going the way of MVP. The Balk burst didn't work out for Kings.
13 to 11 now. And this means a reset for the economy for Kings. And look at that, 1.4k for 2 of these players. As they're maybe going to be forced to go for a force buy. And if they do, this could be what? 13 to 12 if they lose it. Go on to an eco, 13 to 13. MVP can definitely be matching the scoreline here. They were 11 to 5 down. They lost that first half pistol. And to be honest with you, Jack, I thought we're going to be having a very fast third map here. It's been a long day, apologies. But anyway, fast play towards middle. HSK finds the first.
Oh, HSK with double up as well as he's ready for more. Perry's also going to aid him there as they just remove everyone that is coming towards them so easily. They're going to delete the opposition from the round. It's all up to Hats. Well, now it's all just on Imagine.
Just in a 1 versus 5. Does find 1 kill onto Solo, I believe it was lacking head armor there as he does get his head torn off. And now we can retrieve an AK as an HE to try and block off and shroud the vision as he crosses and try and plant the bomb.
Unfortunately, he will be spotted on the cross there, taken down anyway, as they are 1 round away now from tying up the scoreline at a 13 to 13 half. Obviously, 13 to 12 is going to be the scoreline currently. Kings debating what they want to go for in this round, as they do have cash to spare.
Yeah. They will be going for a half by the UMP on to Imagine, but he can still bump into the next round. CZs across the board. So, as mentioned before, MVP in the limelight now to equalise the scoreline 13 to 13, and Kings are going to be kicking themselves after having such a huge lead. If they lose this match, Jack, how many times are they going to be watching that eco time and time and time again after they lost it, thinking, what if, right? What if we won that? Would have forced MVP onto an eco.
Yeah.
That would have been 13 to 5. They've already got 2 buy rounds won, which means that would have been a 15 for themselves.
It's true. It could have been an entirely different storyline depending on small hindrances here and there. But look at that early tag as well. Wizard on 16 HP. Surprised didn't even get taken down there. Seemed like that was going to be an early frag on the board for MVP. But he's softened up. He's not going to have much sustain when they get into the late round here. Nice molly as well. They can't really run the risk of pushing through that.
2 AWPs now for MVP. As I mentioned before, what happens when MVP, the Korean side, bring out this double AWP setup? It's going to be very interesting to see. As we already see a man advantage for the side of MVP. It's going to be the 5 versus 4. But then again, this isn't really the full buy for Kings. They're just going to go for a half quasi buy. See if they can get some luck here.
Push coming straight around. They want to try and make their bound on towards the bomb site. Let's see if they can actually slip in. Glow getting burnt to a crisp as well as he's very low right now. But Perry's going to strike with an easy spray down. Perry goes huge as he rips his way for absolutely everyone. Lee has actually found a team kill amongst that as well.
13 to 13. Pause now for Wizard and the King side. This is the round that could separate themselves from getting on that 11-hour flight tomorrow back to Australia or making it out of groups at the Asian minor.
Separates the boys
from the men.
And the men
from the
old
girls.
men.
From
Right.
Oh, yeah.
True. But the buyers coming through as they will be debating what they want to go for. Looking a little bit frustrated, a little bit scared now. Seeming like, you know, the pressure has definitely mounted upon them. But this is where they can't afford a full buy. They can't afford an even playing field into this round. They know what MVP have been doing. They just need to counter this double AWP setup and play that smart style of CS.
5 AKs again. Obviously, with the tactical pause, there must have been a discussion of the fact that for Sicko, does he feel comfortable AWPing on the T side of Inferno? Maybe he doesn't enjoy that. He finds more fluidity, more comfort with the rifle. It is understandable, really, Jack, because being an AWPer myself, obviously, one of the issues is on Inferno, you peek Banana, you peek Arch, you peek Quad. If no one's peeking your angles, you really do nullify the effect you have with the AWP. Oh, rid of the 4 versus 4. Zephyr's low HP as well. Suddenly some advantage and a lifeline thrown for the side of Kings.
Unfortunately, no one has a HE on the side of Kings as well. Could have capitalized there, obviously getting them incredibly low. Nice little opening battle as they do fall into this 4 versus 4. It favours the T's quite massively right now, though, in the setup they are in.
Especially with the HP as well. Obviously, MVP still have 2 AWPs to play with. Let's see if the flashes are good from Kings to nullify any impacts his AWPs could have. As a re-smoke comes out towards Arch. And now the play towards Banana should come to fruition. HSK holding the line with the AWPers. These players are going to be walking through the smoke potentially.
They need to just try and not line up for HSK here, not give him the opportunity to do so much damage, because we know how proficient he is. When you give him the AWP, he will just rip his way through anyone that dares to fight him. No full rotate yet as well. They've just tried to toy with them. Actually have caused the rotate. The call must have come in. Obviously, you can see one player going to work his way over. That is going to be Zeph, that's now playing close from Speedway. But the rest of the CTs do seem aware of what's occurring.
3 versus 4. But it's actually a 2 versus 3 towards the A site, as now MVP getting an idea that the Kings have gone back towards this A site. Perry boxed in towards default. Can he get an impact here?
Oh, peeks out, finds the headshot. They've got 10 seconds as well, Snods. They need to clear it and get the bomb down soon. They do find the critical headshots. They can get it planted.
They're not planting.
But they're not planting yet. They've only just gone for the plant. They get it down
1
at the
second.
bare minimum of time. HSK's there as well. He has the AWP. It's a 1 versus 2 AWP retake. No nades to support him. No reason for them to peek as he holds the angle, eager, waiting to see if he can get any tidbit of information to try and aid him on this quest as he slowly makes his assault forward. Has a P250 in his hand, but loses his face as Imagine will peek out. 13 to 13. He's going to get another round from. That's going to be the 14th round on the board now as Kings continue on. But obviously MVP have so much cash because the sheer amount of rounds they won over and over again. They can get that rebuy out, and it's an instant rebuy with a double up setup.
1 second left on that bomb plant. Kings cutting that very, very close in a very tense game at that. 14 to 11. The money is low for MVP. If they win this round, Jack, and make it 14 to 14, Kings will have no money for the rest of the half. That could easily spell OT. That could easily spell a 16 to 14 victory for MVP. But then again, it is a lot of what ifs and buts, right? They have to win round after round, force the reset in terms of the economy for Kings. And so far for the T side of Kings, they've definitely shown a different face to what we saw on the CT side from them.
Push coming down here early towards Banana once again. Obviously, Hats this time around has the angle protected, but he only has the UMP, so he needs to be very much ready for this push. It's a double spray down for Zeph as he lines them up and mows them down. There's the trade back, luckily enough from Imagine, as he will respond fire with the AK-47. Tiptoes his way speedily up towards top Banana as well. He has support here as Solo is forced to retreat. He knows what's coming his way and doesn't want to deal with a wicked force that is ready. Hot on his tail, tries to land the flick, but he's a little bit too slow. He can't quite connect it as the side push is coming in. Misses the headshot as well. He's burnt to a crisp, and they fall into a 3 versus 3.
Retake now on the cards for MVP as the poor bomb actually won't go down. The wallbang comes in. Wizard, though, equalizes to the 2 versus 2. Gonna go for the face. Lose. Oh, he doesn't somehow, some way. He goes huge for the Australian side, exactly what his team needs him.
Absolute magic, but Glow left in a 1 versus 1. 12 HP is all Wizard has as he dearly tries to hold on to his life. The bomb will be planted. He tries to stay alive now as well as he wants to just hold this angle and play for the after plant. He's daring to just go for the full face and trust in his own individual skill, but he can't quite get it. The spray will come through. Glow will take him down. Once again, they tied up. 14-14 is going to be the scoreline, but King's cash is not that healthy.
Thankfully, though, Jack, the silver lining is the fact that the bomb was planted for the force buy. If they do force at that, there's 2 options right now for Kings. They can pause, have a discussion and think, save and play for overtime, or force this round with roughly 3,000 aggregately across the board. You're looking at UMPs, utility, they go for an apps burst, maybe a fast play towards Banana. Very, very tough call, a very, very tough decision. But then again, Hats and Co aren't going to be forced into this one. It's going to be the full force and Kings. If they lose this one, they will be broke again on that final round. MVP could be the dark horse. They're coming in from behind and securing this after being 11-5 down.
Push coming around now as they set themselves up. Obviously, the force. It's a risky venture, but it's worth it. They had to gamble sometime, and this is going to be when they have to gamble. As they slowly set themselves up, going to be rocking their default early into this one, Snoz. No charging into the unknown, hoping for the best.
Round number 29 here, 14-14 with all to play for. Making it out of the minor groups and going into the bracket play. As it will be a CZ. 2 CZs, 2 UMPs, and an AK for Liaz is all they have to play for. And no head armor as well for Liaz, so 1 shot from these rifles and the AWP as well towards the head will take him down. Smoke comes out, sorry, flash comes out towards Arch. You can see HSK isn't blind, a very poor smoke as well thrown.
HSK making his way around as well. This is where he goes incredible normally. We've seen it in the past, especially if he can try and go for the contact face. He is forced to fall back, but he's got support and he goes for the flick as well. Gets one. What more can they achieve as him and Solo should be so dominant in this position. Solo is all the wallbang. They're ripping their way for everyone. It's only on Sicko now to try and get something. They fall down. MVP get their 15th round, 1 round away from securing that 2nd seed, making it out of the groups and sending Kings back home.
Heartbreaking for the Aussie side. 14-15.
Look at that cash.
Yeah. The best they can ask for is another CZ buy, UMP onto Wizard. And that really is about it. They can go for an apps burst, a fast play towards Banana. But MVP, they're going to have full utility, full kits, full firepower, a double AWP setup if they wanted to, but I don't think they will go for that one, as obviously the AWPs are a lot more relevant versus the rifle buy. And obviously they're going to be expecting Kings on pistols, so you'd rather have the flexibility and the durability of the rifle. But here it is, potentially the final round here. Or could it force OT, the first OT as well of the day? As every match has been so one-sided so far, it's glad to see some competition.
It's true. Obviously the first incredibly close matchup we have had, going the full 30 rounds right now. As the buys come through, 2 Deagles, 3 CZs. Yeah. Already, look at the damage being taken. It's just off the back of those nades.
Grouping up towards Banana. HSK towards Arch this time, so it will be rifles towards the B bomb site. A different turn of events. Zeph and Solo towards B. 2 rifles, and obviously the rotation coming in from, I believe that's HSK. And here it comes. 5 players from Kings towards B, and a 3-man rotation from MVP towards the B site. As I said though, HSK gets cold feet, rotates back around towards Speedo, but he's still fast rotation towards B.
Getting themselves ready to go for this play now as the flashbang soar through the sky. They want to try and work the best they can as they charge in. Zeph gets the early entry. They're setting themselves up for a win right here as they want to try and make it out of the groups with that 2nd seed. There's the final frag. They will go down. The South Korean home team make themselves proud as they lock it
so
down.
Happy. The relief on their faces. HSK goes bright red as well. And you can see a stark contrast in terms of the body language between these 2 teams as Kings know that that was their game to lose.